This table is horrible.
Smell that drawer.
I just shit on his table.
It's because it's a shit table. I mean, I get it now.
Table.
Make sure you mention the meat tray.
The one that you guys are deep throating over there.
I've only had some.
Welcome everybody to this week's episode of the Terrible Table Podcast. We have the co-host, Christopher, and then a face that you might recognize if you've been subscribed to the channel long enough. We have Glenneth and Stuart.
That's me.
What's up, dude?
Hey.
Welcome back.
Co-host?
Co-host, yeah. He tried to do the intro a couple weeks ago.
I heard
like, no. We're not playing this
Well,
game.
if we're both hosting, then we're both co-hosts.
No, you
correct?
just showed up and kept coming. Like, I invited you.
I told you that the first time me and Nick ever came on. This is my podcast now.
Yeah, I invited you for an
You are
episode.
literally Andy Richter. And he is Conan.
Oh, no.
Am I?
You're
Andy
the
Richter's
sidekick.
the redheaded
I need,
dude?
I need
You're the
more
side-
hair if I'm going
You're
to
the
be Conan.
You're the sidekick.
Fuck.
You are like an Energizer Bunny.
I'm important in one aspect of life, and the rest I'm just here.
Well, is that one aspect like leaving? That's where you're
it's
really
pretty
good?
important when
Yeah,
I
so
go.
you're good at that.
I can't stay.
What is the joke I heard the other day? What does milk and water taste like? Or cereal and water taste like? I don't know. My dad came home.
Poverty.
Hey,
Is the answer to
he
the question.
came home with the milk.
It reminds me of that joke. You know, if you put Taco Bell sauce on ramen noodles, it tastes just like poverty.
That's pretty good.
That's a great joke.
Look, I've had to mix water and creamer and pretend it was milk.
You just can't have cereal at that point, buddy. Like,
No,
fuck
you,
it.
you can. You just accept it.
I remember one time
That's how you make comedians.
I went and broke into my camping gear and got my powdered milk
Ooh.
just because I needed. I refused to do just water. These
Yeah.
Fruit Loops and this white water is going to be delicious.
I like it whenever
It'll at
you
least
get
trick you enough.
Like you get a protein shake.
Yeah.
Just throw that in your cereal and you're like, this is healthy. Sure, it's Fruity Pebbles, but
Fruity Pebbles
I had
and a
a-
protein shake. How many grams of sugar is that?
too many.
A lot, all of them.
Listen
I had
to
a
me.
Fruity
How many
Pebble
grams of
donut
sugar is that?
yesterday.
Let me drink my 13th Coke for the morning.
Drinking your calories. That's where you got to not do it.
What's that golfer that drinks all the Coke?
John Daly.
Diet
you're the
Cokes, yeah.
You're the John Daly of comedy. And
Cigarettes and
football.
Cokes.
I'll take it. You know what I mean?
Smokes and Cokes. I got a buddy
Smokes and Cokes.
that, he's not really a buddy, but I know him.
I like that I wore my belief shirt. I really just like this shirt.
You are wearing a Christmas shirt
I am.
in the middle of January.
Damn right.
End of January.
2 days ago, I'm walking through the house and I realize I'm whistling "Dashing Through the Snow." And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Sonny's been singing it for about 2 months now.
I wonder if that's why. I wonder if I
She
heard
might have
her.
sung.
and
It might have sung it the other day. Yeah.
because it was in my head, and I'm like,
I think it's because this Christmas really didn't feel Christmassy, and
It was on a fucking Wednesday, dude.
yeah,
Garbage.
like
Worse, you got to go Monday, Tuesday, get off early on Tuesday probably,
it was,
and then back Thursday, Friday.
I
like-
thought it was because my brother died.
No, you were excited about that.
Your brother died.
Yeah, Mike. He died day before Thanksgiving.
Oh, that was.
Have you not heard my joke about it's hard to be sad with turkey and dressing on
I
the
don't
table?
really listen to you.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. We're
But
friends.
it's
like
one of
that.
those old school comedians. It's like, I'll go inside when it's my turn.
Well, no,
I do that too.
Honestly,
Yeah.
there's a
I'm
reason.
not. I'm not even old school.
There's a reason, and I know it's gonna sound like one of those moments. Is I have a really hard time watching them fail at their dreams, like when it doesn't hit right, or I see any of y'all stumble, and I know how much passion is behind it. I'm just like, I can't watch it.
When
It'll
someone,
put me in a foul mood.
it's
Oh,
very
it doesn't hurt my feelings when I stumble up there. I just
if
Well,
you're
it's
not
like-
missing if you're not seeing the times, me and Johnny, and he's behind the soundboard or I'm behind the soundboard, and we throw a joke out there that fucking splats on the floor, and we look at each other and go, "That
Yeah.
didn't
Well,
work."
You did it Friday with the joke, and it's because you didn't.
I didn't deliver
You
it
didn't
right.
and
We
I
wrote a joke that day.
I almost did it again when I got on stage, but I was like, I'll wait till next week, and then
You
I'll
should have
try
done it.
Yeah.
I told you should have done
Well,
it.
but you told me to do it, and then up on stage,
Then I go,
you
"Should I just do
did
it?" I know. I go, "I'm gonna do it." Fuck it, Johnny.
Yeah. So,
was
but
a-
yeah, we wrote a joke, and we we wrote a joke and figured out how to deliver it, and he didn't deliver it the way we talked about, and it didn't land.
I have a lot of problems with the people that ask me for help with comedy.
do
They'll
you
be like,
mean?
Glenn, how do I deliver this? And I tell them, and then they don't do it. It will not happen.
I think it's.
I've never
I think
had a
it's
problem-
forgetful thing.
Well, usually, some of these people, when they write jokes, they have a firm belief like, no, this is the way it's written. I was like, well, then don't fucking ask me. Because like, I'll give tags out, but I always go, like, even when you're on stage, you'll see me writing notes and shit. Especially if I'm not drinking
I
that
still
night.
have a note that you wrote me in my wallet that was like, that's the best I've ever seen.
Best
you
I've
do.
ever seen you, don't change anything. And I go, hey, I got some notes for you, take it or leave, and
I
gave
keep
it to
them
me.
in my wallet though, like
That's
you know,
sweet.
when your kid, like if I had children, they had a magnet where you just put it on the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
You know you can still do that.
I'm not gonna put notes.
You want a
for this.
magnet?
I'm
I've
not-
got one.
I'm not gonna put anything.
Do you need a magnet?
Yeah,
I know a
plenty.
guy.
Yeah. I got a bunch
I got a
of
magnet guy if you
a
need
magnet
one.
guy if you need one?
I think they're sticking to the side of the safe. There's some magnets around
Yeah.
here somewhere.
We
Look,
got-
there they are. There's 3 on the Coke machine.
Yeah, we got Mark Pugh's obituary.
Yeah,
I
still
have
have
that.
that.
I have that on my fridge.
I have a bunch of those in my house if anyone needs one.
I've got-
I couldn't
I've
throw them
got
away.
one.
That was a very special show. That was a fun one.
That was the show that I have that wildly racist statement that you made recorded on my cell phone. Remember when we were talking?
No,
with
the
we were talking with the lapel
edit
mics,
that. That
and
was
you
the night
forgot?
before.
Oh,
That was the night before at LOL.
At LOL, yeah.
Yeah, that was a
we
fun
were
one,
recording,
too.
and you were like, you said something crazy. It wasn't wildly racist. Just for the podcast listeners, but it was whatever it was ridiculous. And then I was like, you're still wearing that lapel mic. And
I did. We were
I
just-
need you to cut that. And I
we
just hit
sat-
save.
We sat.
We'll edit it in post. Isn't that what you used to do?
Yeah, we'll
It
edit
was
that
so
out.
funny because me, Nick, and Johnny were just running the door for Mark's show.
I was like, all right,
So I did a show at Mount Enterprise Friday,
okay.
and there's this guy that's like super woke.
Hell yeah.
It's like his
That's
thing.
good for comedy.
His being his only. He's the only.
Oh, he's
woke,
a woke comedian.
no.
Oh,
The
Oh,
only woke guy in Mount Enterprise, Texas. And all of a sudden, he got way wasted.
is that a Yellow Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hanging out with me is bad for your health. And all of a sudden, it's about 2 a.m, and he just drops the hard R.
Whoa.
Out of nowhere. And you just hear me go, you ever been so drunk you just got real racist?
I've never been so drunk I got racist.
So Evan said last night, he goes, the problem that I have with it is that I'm naturally silly. So when I drink, I get a little bit more silly.
yeah.
What does that say about you? And I'm just like, and I just was like, I think
most people that are woke like that have a fucked up past, and they're trying to.
redeem themselves.
And I know a person like that he went to jail for hate crimes, and now he's very woke.
I always take it. It's people that finally found a place where they can fit in.
Oh, that's
Because
not a bad
woke
call
accepts everybody that agrees with
That's
them
not
until
true.
they don't
That-
agree
that-
with
that
them.
first part, yeah, the
Well,
agreement. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, as long as you agree with them, woke is on your side. It's like KTBS. It's on your side. But as soon as you're like, well, wait a
Until
minute.
you're found with a gerbil in your ass.
Well, I mean, even if you're found with a gerbil in your ass, as long as it wasn't like you
He
weren't
didn't say he was a
deporting-
part of PETA.
You weren't.
He's just-
you weren't
he's
deporting
just not
Mexicans
racist.
or not being vegan. You know what I mean? You can
Right.
do whatever you want. until
Who
you
was the guy that
disagree
had the
with them.
gerbil in his ass? But apparently,
We talked about this, I think, and it
Richard
was
Gere.
Richard Gere.
Richard
yeah.
Gere.
No, there was a local weatherman here.
Here?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ed Duranzit?
I remember that name. That sounds.
But it just doesn't make sense. Like,
Was it Liz Swain?
No.
No,
No.
no, it was not her.
I've met her.
I have too.
Lovely.
I mean, I don't mind.
Very lovely lady.
I don't mind a finger in the ass, but I don't need a moving creature in there.
I was about to say, I could have sworn you preferred a high heel. Is what
That's part of the joke.
where the joke is.
Don't give my bits away, dog.
You give mine and everybody else's bits away
Yeah, I'm gonna
every
be honest with you.
podcast.
Do I?
It sounds
I
like
edit
he's just been
so
giving
You have to
many
edit
punch-
out bits.
So many punchlines out. You're like, yeah, so and so's got this joke, and then you do the joke, and it's like, all right, I don't know if I need to keep that.
Yeah,
in
we don't
or
need to
not.
keep other people's jokes
You
out
know what
there.
I mean? It's one thing when you do like a Shane Gillis or
yeah,
somebody
like,
big or
you see
whatever.
Shane's do
but
bit,
like the
yeah.
local guys, I'm like,
They don't want that
I don't
out
know
there
if I-
because they still do it.
I mean, I've even told my joke to tell the joke, and then I cut it out because
yeah.
I'm trying to use that joke.
Yeah,
You
I
know
still
what
want to
mean?
use it. Someone asked me why I didn't like put out a bunch of my material like everyone's
He doesn't
doing.
have a lot of
because
it.
it's garbage.
Plain and simple.
Oh,
That's been this
sorry.
week's episode of the Table Table Podcast.
Yeah, so we're getting
It's hard
getting a
to-
new co-host. Glenn's
Stewart
coming
back
back.
in the
Yeah. Welcome back to my podcast, His Man Cave.
It's a
Fuck.
Good, it was a good time.
How y'all liking my meat tray?
It's pretty good, man. I put a nicotine in, so I didn't keep going for it.
Go for it. I bought it just for this episode.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
didn't
noticed y'all
introduce
haven't
the meat
touched
tray.
a single cracker. Give me
Yeah,
one.
I've been eating crackers.
Give me one of them
I've had a
crackers.
cracker.
Oh, thanks.
Is
You
that
don't know how to
enough?
count either, do you?
You said, "Give me them
I
crackers,"
said, give me one of them crackers, and you had it.
and then you said, "Give me them crackers," and I didn't know if you meant hand me and Glenn over.
those are good fucking crackers.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Those are really good crackers.
These meat trays are great. This is what me and the girls get every
It
Sunday.
better be great. It was $24 fucking dollars.
24 with the
$24.
Diet Cokes.
Inflation.
These are $14.
No, that wasn't $14.
You need to go to
I'm-
Super One, Bubba.
I go to Albert's. And actually, you know what? That one was 18. The one that was 24 had olives.
Oh, bro, I would have been crushing the olives.
I
I'm a
didn't-
recent olive connoisseur.
I didn't take this table as a vegetable kind of table.
You know what? Based on the body builds at this table, you're not wrong. Are olives vegetables? I guess so. They're not fruits. Well,
They're fruit.
are they? The seed is
they're
the pimento
pitted.
a seed?
They're pitted.
So pitted, bro. You remember that video? A surfer dude doing an interview.
So Dakota, the host at Mount Enterprise, his first joke is that he lost 150 pounds. The irony is you have me, Josh Gaines, and Brandon Ryan.
That found it.
I was like, so he lost 150 pounds and invited 400 in one
Dude.
person.
Yeah.
And then I made the joke that if me and 3 other comics from Texas that I know got all 5 of us on stage, we could do the Tons of Anarchy tour.
Ooh, that's a cardiac
pretty
arrest
good.
tour.
That's
I mean,
really good.
Right.
I like that name.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're big enough to be part of it.
Absolutely. I can keep going too. Give me some more of that
ain't
meat.
no abs at all.
I'm just kidding.
Eat that meat, dog. You're eyeballing it like you
I'll
want some.
swallow it later. Stop it, you silly goose.
We don't got enough room for multiple gays.
Oh shit, that's right. We're not supposed to talk about that.
Oh, we're not?
We're not supposed to talk about that.
Why are we woke?
Huh? I've always been told you don't bring up that Glenn is gay.
Oh, but he can bring it up.
Yeah, he has to do it first.
He can say the N word and I
then-
can't.
and then you can't bring it up. Yeah.
So many old white guys at Tiki use that shit. You remember that one guy we had to kick out? Called Evan
Oh,
the
you
N
can
word.
use the N word, but I can't.
He's like, well, he said it. That means I can say it. And
Logic.
Blair goes, that's not how that works.
No, I mean, we are.
That was the first time we realized that Blair and Ken actually did like us.
Yeah.
Because Ken and Blair handled up on that shit, and I was like, because Evan came up to me and goes, hey, that dude just called me the N-word. I was like, what?
What?
And he goes, I don't think it's going to be a thing. I'm going to handle it if it has to. And I was like, well, if you have to handle it, go outside. But also, if you need me to handle it, I can handle it. And then we turn around and Blair and Ken are handling. I'm like, our fucking dogs.
Is it fucked up of me that the first thing I thought when you said that is I would have asked Evan, well, were you being a...
Were you doing it?
Were you,
Were you
being
acting
an
like
N-word?
one?
I mean, what's going on here?
Johnny was like, I need a little bit of the story here.
Yeah, something's...
Johnny heard us talking about woke, and he goes, we're going the opposite way today. Today we're going the other direction all the way.
We're gonna go
Yeah.
right off the rails.
My
here.
bad. We'll edit it in post.
I mean, it's your edit. Whatever. It's your job, not mine.
No,
Did
that's
I agree with you?
I don't know.
Cut it. Clip it. That's the YouTube short this week. Damn.
I use that software to make my YouTube shorts.
Is it working good?
It
works?
kicks out about 10 of them, and I usually like 2 or 3. I mean,
Is that how you got the fart one?
No, I cut the fart one. I
The
did
fart
that
one,
myself.
that was
Yeah.
a moment
'Cause
in
I even
history. Did you
edited-
watch it?
I even edited it.
That's why I have to
I'm a
use the
very
red mic.
busy person.
That's why I have to use the red
Oh.
mic. Are you-
Oh.
Yeah.
He's a very
I'm a
busy
very
person.
Actually, I believe it or not, I will watch stuff that has Johnny Gates in it. I don't watch it for you.
Thank you,
No.
sir. I appreciate that.
And he's like, oh, Chris is back. I'm not doing it.
And I think you know why.
He's just learning I'm a
He
co-host.
feels,
I didn't think he'd be
he
here
feels
today.
gui- he feels guilty that I bought all of this equipment and then he ghosted me.
I didn't
think it's-
ghost you. I got divorced, motherfucker. That's what happened. Like, I literally...
Excuses.
I
You know what
got
I mean?
divorced.
It changed his world, dude. He got divorced, had to quit the podcast, and just was like, dudes, for sure.
Dudes.
Dudes right now.
I'm going that way. We'll see you guys
I'm
later.
going to go so far on a different tangent that I'm going to make it right.
You know what? I'm
No,
going to
I
astronaut
like to
school.
bust
Fuck
your
it.
balls. I like to bust your balls about it because, it forced me to do the next 9 months with David Allen and his weird ass
Well,
and his crazy ass antics.
so here's-
that song, that my podcast, his man cave. Like, what are you singing, David?
Well, no, the thing that
I
got
love
me
David.
about that is I
David's the
I
best.
tried
He
to
is.
come back.
What?
I told David I wanted to come back, and David's like, I think we got a good thing going. I don't think you should.
Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. That was never mentioned to me.
So
You brought it up to the wrong guy.
Then there was some animosity. I'm
You
like,
can't- you
Johnny
brought it up-
doesn't want me anymore.
You brought it up to the guy that didn't want to lose his job.
Well,
kind of thing. That's what that was.
No, he
Can't call
basically
it.
implied that I'd lost mine to him, and I was like, and he's my mentor, so
he basically took it from
and so
you.
yeah, so now we know the mystery. And so there was a good 6
Well,
months.
I
It was
never-
like, yeah,
I
was
never
like-
took your face off of the logo.
Well, it was a good drawing.
Yeah, you didn't get replaced. My podcast is Man Cave.
It was a good thing.
Now it's just a terrible table,
Now it's a terrible table.
which is a great name for a podcast.
I think
So good.
I think we have a solid name.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We just got to figure out how to podcast.
We just got to figure out how to podcast get people to watch this shit. So,
Well, I mean, normally you have questions that you ask people.
oh, that means organized. Can we do? I can't do organized.
question for
Can you
Glenn.
Have y'all seen the back of my car? I can't do
I
organized.
mean, y'all could it's really like if this is an opportunity. I am an open book.
All right.
Oh,
look.
okay. So
Here's a
we're-
good question
so
that we
we're
thought of
bringing
the
up
other
Loco
day.
Fest.
That's hilarious.
We're not going to bring up Loco Fest. It doesn't exist in this room today.
I'm sorry.
So this is a question we thought
I
of that
hope they all do well.
I don't believe you.
I wonder if I can zoom in on that
roast
face.
Comic in me has something to say, but it refuses to.
I will say this: there is not a lack of talent that submitted this year. I mean,
I will say this: if there's something that you want to say, I'll edit it out from here.
I was like,
Oh no, that's not where I was going.
Oh, one belt
I
over
was
here.
I was going for a fat joke. Sorry.
I was like, dude, that is so rude. I'm trying to avoid this. Hey, Glenn, how do you feel about booking me for a 10-minute spot?
Never again.
How many minutes did he do?
10?
He did too.
I did all 10 of
I'm
them.
sorry.
They weren't bad jokes.
They weren't bad jokes. It was a, and I don't blame the crowd, but it was rough.
Dude, I will say this. To defend myself, I was sick, and I called Glenn that day. I said, I have lost my voice. If you need me to perform, I still will. But I'm just letting you know, if you can find someone, that'd be cool. But if you need me, I'll show up. And Glenn was like, I'd like for you to do this show. So I did the show. This is back before I got to booking my own shit, so I can just figure it out on my own. But I get there. I'm sick as shit. This was the first time we met Chuck Garner and Lisa Garner. This is the first time we met them. First time they'd ever been to a comedy show. Might have been the worst comedy show of all time. But I get up on stage.
It was a good show. It just was a hard show.
I will say this. No one really got laughs, including it was me, Mark Pugh, Brandy Lashney, and Glenn Stewart.
Was it the rooftop show you?
No, this was at
Okay.
Missing Link.
We had a lot of laughs at the rooftop show.
Oh, the rooftop
I thought I
killer.
remember hearing the rooftop show was a good show. That's
It
what-
was just cold as
It
shit.
was, okay, so like I said, it wasn't a bad show. It was just a hard show.
Well, you said Missing Link, hard to hear.
Yeah, that was it.
That's one of the biggest things about that place. Sorry.
And they don't want to. They didn't want to listen to, like, hey, you can put these things called speakers further back in that tunnel you call your restaurant.
Bathroom hall.
Well, there was a point in time where they put a speaker back in the back and pointed it forward, and it just made the echo worse.
Yeah, it's a big old downtown building made out of bricks.
And concrete, yeah.
Like it's just a stone building, and it's not good for music. It's not good for performances in general. What a fucking restaurant, though. They got some killer
That
food.
brisket grilled cheese is off the chain.
Dude, they're dogs.
Yeah, the
Come
dogs
on.
are good too. Yeah,
That
not
ain't-
as good as the
They
street.
have that alligator sausage with the crawfish etouffee on top.
I miss the street hot dog guy, Mickey.
Mickey the hot dog man.
Yeah. Oh, you don't like Mickey?
This just in: Glenn Stewart does not like hot dogs.
No, he doesn't like Mickey.
What did Mickey do?
Well, I think I know where his beef would be.
I don't know if that was a pun or not, but
In
it was great.
those all beef hot dogs.
I don't know if you meant that, but it was amazing.
I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna leave it at. Nah.
Yeah, I get it.
Just,
I get it.
I don't.
He's not around anymore, though, right?
The city shut him down during COVID, huh?
I thought he died.
I thought he died too, but I didn't want to say
I
that.
might just be saying rumors then. I'm just a conspirity theorist
I
talking
heard
about
he
COVID.
had- I heard
no
he
way.
had
I don't
herpes.
think I am going to say that I don't think the city of Shreveport killed him.
I heard he had, I heard he had herpes and he died.
Yeah.
He put it on all the hot dogs before he got them.
Oh man, I would have herpes because I've eaten a
I've
ton
never
of them
eaten.
glizzies.
I've never eaten. I love a hot dog too, dude. Whew, fuck. I mean, is
seen
there?
you
I
seen the
love a-
convenient connoisseur? I try to find a hot dog everywhere.
I love a hot dog until I watch like a hot dog eating contest, and then I'm just
Oh.
disgusted.
Then you start jerking off.
Do y'all ever watch
No,
any of
no,
those?
I find it awful.
Dip it in that water.
No.
Do y'all ever watch those? Like, there's a guy on YouTube, there's a girl on YouTube that they eat like these
can't watch it.
these challenges.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch.
What's
Some
that,
of them are.
mukbang? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, mukbang. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
I don't like it.
It's hot chicks eating food.
No. These are like
Those are the videos where they just gorge themselves. It's mukbang. It's fucking. I can't watch.
All right, I have
Well-
to get this joke out because it made me laugh by myself. But Glenn dips his penises in water before he sucks them.
yes,
Anyway,
they're too dry.
I just thought about all the effort it would require me just to find a cup. What are you doing here?
You keep one of them collapsible ones in your
And like
pocket.
right now, Keithville's been in a
collapsible
boil.
cup, like a dog bowl that you
Have
bring
you
on
never seen
camping
one?
trips.
Yeah.
Right now, Keithville's been in a boil advisory for like 3 months. So it's
So
like,
it'd be hot water too.
yeah, it's,
Ow! What are you doing?
Don't worry, I'm gonna kiss it, make it feel better.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was gonna suck it, but I had to get it wet first.
You gotta clean it off.
Yeah. I gotta dip it in water.
All right. Anyway,
But y'all don't ever eat or watch the people that
no,
eat.
we don't ever eat that. That's,
Yeah, y'all don't ever watch people that eat like or do the food challenges, like try to
No.
eat a fucking 36
I have
inch
no
pizza.
interest in that.
I mean, I used to watch Man vs. Food, but
No, it's not the same.
well,
Did he didn't do challenges like that, did
Yeah,
he?
he
Yeah,
did.
he did.
That's what
yeah,
the-
that's
that's
right.
what the
that's
show
right.
the whole premise.
Sorry,
of
I
the
was-
show.
he had to quit doing that
Because
show.
he got so fucking fat, dude.
He-
that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Is
He
his
like his
transition
doctor
from
told him
season
you're
1 to
gonna
season
die.
2. Yeah.
Dude, he got it. Looked like me and you ran into each other
Dude,
really hard.
The
and
guy that I
formed one
watch
guy.
and the chick that I watch on YouTube are both jacked.
Yeah.
like
Well, yeah, if you're working out aggressively, you can eat
yeah.
like that.
But this dude,
You
I
can't
watched
just be
him-
a dude.
What did he eat the other day? It was some like pancake challenge.
Dude,
There's no way.
Dude, the pancakes were this big and there was like 6 of
have
them.
you heard Nate Bargatze's joke about pancakes? It's like, man, I think I'm allergic to like, whatever they put in pancakes. Because like every time I eat them, like I just feel bad. And my wife's like, you don't think it's because you just ate a loaf worth of bread?
Yeah, that's right.
He's like, oh yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah.
Pancakes are.
I made
it's-
pancakes one time here, and the kids were like, "Dad, we love you, but don't ever do that again."
You did bad,
Oh, they were like, "These are terrible."
dude. I
I
can't
ate them.
figure
I
out a
thought they were
pancake.
delicious.
Most dads, most men, we don't know how to cook. We can all agree with that. We can cook a little.
We can barbecue.
I cook great.
I can't barbecue.
I'm
But-
actually really good in the bedroom. I mean,
Nice,
Good job, bro.
nice. I have to have you whip something up for me.
I
one
can
day.
cook. I fuck so good, dude.
well, I
just
I'm
asked
really
my
good
cracker.
in the kitchen.
Did you?
I just ashed my cracker. I got that. No, it might not be on film. He said, "I'm good in the bedroom." It fucked everything up.
I got a fart.
For the mic.
Oh, he's leaving. It's
Oh my god.
That
you
bad,
asked your
huh?
fucking cracker.
I did. I took a bite.
You said it.
I took a bite and I asked him.
Oh, my back hurts. This creature of fucking habit. That is the most degenerate
Would I,
thing I've ever
if I ever sucked a dick, would I do that too?
As it comes, just tap it out.
Give it a little tap.
I'm about to come. Get the ashtray.
So how long have you been somebody's grandma?
I can't believe I did that.
He's gonna choke on that fucking cracker.
And that was the last terrible table.
Johnny died that day.
What a way to go out, though. Just
Man.
having a good old time.
Just crying, laughing.
Fuck, what were we even
It
talking
was
about?
almost as good as the fart. I mean, I've got tears.
Yeah, I do too. My back hurts from laughing. We're gonna have to edit so much sound.
No, on a side note, I have decided I've been working hard to lose a little bit more weight because I notice that every time a bad smell comes along, people are blaming me for it. They're
If
like,
it's a bad smell in the room, everyone
they're
looks
like,
at
"Oh,
the
Glenn,
fat
did
guy.
you just fart?" My favorite one, and it made me laugh, was we were in
You got to get ahead of that and just go. before anyone else makes a face. Be like, what the fuck is that? So they know it's not you.
We were in Lowe's, and I 100% busted ass.
That's
right?
Fart City. You're allowed to
Right.
fart in Lowe's.
Well, my friend
100%.
my friend John walked right in that cloud. And I'm on the other aisle, and you just hear him go, "The fuck you do over here? Did you beef?
Did you beef?
Did you beef?
And he's like, "You can't just be beefing in Lowe's."
Dude, that's Beef City.
Dude, my
I was like, "It's a deli in here."
my dad had the worst gas. He was like Tom Segura's mom.
Farts like that?
Yes, no bullshit. He at Christmas, bring it back to Christmas. He would.
He could fart music?
He would. He
What a
could.
talented man.
My dad could fart.
What was his first name?
Lawrence, Larry, Pops is what everybody called him.
Larry Gates.
Larry Gates.
Larry Gates.
He's right up there. What's up, Ash?
You need some lotion, dog.
Yeah. Anyway,
What would you do if he just walks in one day, he's pumping lotion? And
Hey, you got to fix it somehow, baby.
just model clay to him.
Did you ever figure out a receptacle for your brother?
yeah, I got an urn. My mom got me one.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting it. She just showed like
showed up.
She
'Cause
showed
me and
up
you
with
had a
his
big
ashes,
plan
and she
for it.
wanted me to fill up all the urns for
Yeah.
the kids and everything.
Yeah.
So I did.
For your kids?
For her, the grand,
Oh,
or
for her
my
kids.
brother's kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and I filled up all the urns and everything for that. And she had gotten me my brother, my best friend urn, and I kind of laughed and was like, "All right, I'll take it." And then she got me another one for my dad. So, but I did want to get. I
You're
do
gonna
have
keep your dad
enough.
in that one, though, right?
Well, yeah, Dad's in.
He's in Coca-Cola for life.
Yeah.
baby.
Well, there's two of them. There's one in the grandfather clock that's got my dad's ashes. What'd you say?
Burp. I have a problem because when you're drinking beers and stuff, you're like,
But no, I have two, and they're both Shreveport Coca-Cola.
oh,
bottles.
really? It's from the
Yeah.
Shreveport plant. That's cool.
Yeah, so they're old too. They're like from the 40s. Man, I'm still crying. I'm sorry.
So fucking.
Hey, Louisianaopoly is on sale at Walmart for $10. I don't know if you want it.
You talking about Shreveport?
No, Louisianaopoly.
Oh, yeah.
In case you're interested in
I
that
just
one.
want you to, the taxes. You get the taxes in that game are just outrageous.
Somebody posted.
I was like, that was such a long way to go for that joke, and I was like, why can't we just buy the game?
Somebody posted the Shreveport Bossier trivia
someone opened
game
it.
on, and I've never obviously opened it, but I'd like to read. I'd like for them to post some of those cards so I could read like what some of the questions are in there.
I will let you know that I
I bet you can
watched
find
an
another copy pretty
interview
cheap.
Maybe
with 50 Cent.
say that again.
I said I saw an interview with 50 Cent that really spoke to me. They go, "Is there any animal that you just that terrifies you?" He's like, "Yeah, anyone that should kill you." And he's like, "Well, what about spiders?" He's like, "Well, even if it's a little spider, you can have it, bro." And it was just, I like the fact that he was remarkably down to earth about the fact that it's like, I have no interest in sharks or tigers.
Yeah. No, I'm cool. I
Which
don't want.
makes you wonder, like Mike Tyson with the Tigers.
He's a crazy person. Anyone that gets punched in the face for a living, that's a crazy person.
I bet he was on a lot of drugs back then too.
No.
I'd be willing to bet that he
I'd be-
was. Thank you
I'd
very
be
I
much.
might bet my whole house, but I don't
People
know.
would say a man that ashes a cracker would be on drugs. too.
Well, I am. Let's just
I
get
have
that.
an oral
let's
fixation.
get that out of the way.
Dude,
I don't know.
Ash and a Cracker is diabolical.
My crasher.
Sorry, it's just
Experiment, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, let's go back to the shitty show. That's what we were talking about.
Which one?
The missing link where I bombed for
Oh,
10
yeah.
minutes straight.
I just want you to know that also with that show is the missing links, like vent, that air
Mm-hmm. That big
conditioning
exposed one, yeah.
heat. Yeah, it blows right on the stage. And so Chris is not short. I am not short. Everybody else on the show looked relatively comfortable. Me and him were sweating fucking bullets.
Was because the heat was
It was
on?
just
Or?
blowing
Okay.
hot air.
Yeah, dude.
Figure Glenn's hair.
So, yeah, he's got that sweat drip going. So,
My beard looks like I just fucking
dude.
Gatorade commercial.
So I told Glenn I do not have a voice. If you need me, I'll be there, though. Okay, cool. I need you here. All right. I go to the show. First joke doesn't hit. Second joke gets a little bit of a chuckle, but not to where I'm still new. I get so nervous at my bombing, I start to shake. I go to take a sip of my water because my
I do
throat
remember
hurts,
this,
and I
yeah.
pour water all down my shirt, and I just go, and I got about 8 minutes left. with just a wet shirt. I get off stage, and I look at Glenn, and he goes, whew. And I go, fuck you, they're horrible. And he goes, no, that was just bad.
It was just bad.
And I go, the next person goes up, it's Mark Pugh. Mark Pugh, never seen him not do well. Never. He's one of those guys I've never, like, he might have a joke or two that doesn't land, but for the most part, he's going to have a good set. He did not have a good set. And so Glenn goes up. He's closing out.
Worked
About 25 minutes in, he gets his first laugh of the night. And he comes off purple-faced. And he goes, that was a rough fucking crowd. And I go, I fucking told you. But it's still like, I went home that night and was like, I'm not doing comedy ever again.
Ever again.
I'm done, dude. This is it for me.
I don't think I've had that feeling.
You should have just asked for permission. It makes it all go away.
Well, no, like I
Fucking, have you heard Johnny just cussing at the clean show?
yeah.
Oops. I said 3. We've talked about this.
He had a joke about fucking his son. Anyway, it was a clean show for a corporate gig.
Well, did it work?
Yeah, he asked
I had a
permission.
great time. People were quoting my joke in the parking lot and the next day at the Revel.
So there we were.
Or 2 days later at the Revel.
This guy named Charles Allen. What are you looking at your phone? You got something?
There's a
important?
clock up there on the TV, so you don't have to be so obvious.
I just want to see who was texting me.
Ain't nobody texting you. Nobody loves you.
I mean, that might be true, but someone is texting me.
I'd text
Someone
you.
is texting me.
It's all good. I'm just talking shit.
Well, anyway, Charles Allen, we get over there, and he books me for the show a month in advance. I get over to Tyler. As soon as I walk through the door, he's like, Glenn, this is a clean show.
Oh, thanks for the heads
And I
up.
was like, oh, that's awesome. So I'm sitting there, and I'm not worried about it, but everybody else that he didn't tell is terrified. So they're sitting there in the green room. First comic goes up, eats shit. Second comic goes up, eats shit. He's hosting, eating shit. And the third comic goes up, eats shit.
Well, if I have to do a clean show, I know who to book. Well, now I do.
The show was relatively clean, and it was fun.
It was great. Anyway,
I get on stage, and I did what you said. I was like, hey, y'all really have not enjoyed clean humor. Can I go dirty? And they were like, yeah, they freaked out. I'm like, fuck it, we're on. Like, can I just be foul?
You asked permission.
Yeah, it works.
well, the thing is, it worked out in the end, so that's why it's fun to talk
That's
about. That's the only reason it's fun to talk about. Like, if it was a problem, I wouldn't bring it back up and be like, hey, Johnny, you really fucked me. And that would have been the end
I'd
of
bring
that.
it up. Do you remember that time I fucked you? By
that
saying
was-
the F word?
Well, and that would have been the end of the whole conversation. Like, damn, dude, you really fucked up. Like, I depended on you. But it ended up working out, so it's fun to bring up. Clean shows are, I've done 2 or 3 now.
Well,
I will say this,
Instead
hosting,
of the terrible table, y'all should call this his face gets redder.
No, it's usually about that.
you know
red.
what's funny? So
The-
Travis G asked me, he's like, what's, or I was telling somebody, like, hey, because I was talking to T. Williams. I was
What
like,
skin condition do you have?
rosacea. Jinx, you owe me a blowjob.
The jinxes have gotten deep around here.
Not that deep.
Hey, oh, it's a little dick joke.
My dick's in his mouth either way in the jokes. I don't know who's winning.
But wouldn't you rather it be in his throat?
I'll get it as far as I can, buddy.
That's his motto in life. That's
I'll do my best, baby.
Yeah, check his comedy.
Dude, there's nothing worse than your girl going deeper. I'm like, bitch, that's it.
That's
all
what
I
is
got.
it? She told me to give her 9 inches and make it hurt, so I fucked her twice and slapped the shit out of her.
Twice as generous. I had to get 3 in there. 9 inches is crazy. Anyway, that's a crazy dick. That's not even a dick, dog.
It's a cut.
Have you seen those girls with
Danny's
those dragon dildos?
Who?
And they put in shit like that wide in them.
What'd you say it was?
Dragons?
It's
They're
like
dragon
shaped-
dildos?
Like a.
It's shaped like a dragon's dick.
Whatever a dragon's dick would look like.
Oh, okay.
No,
so
like-
it's
not like
I was
with
thinking
wings and
wings. Like,
Here, just put this inside your
do they
body.
fold
I
that
think
up?
that's their labius minora.
Is that
That's the wings.
No, I thought you meant they had a dragon dildo that had wings.
it's just action figures?
Yeah. Oof.
Those shitty ones you get at Cracker Barrel that come with knights. You always wanted those as a kid when you got them. You're like, this fucking sucks.
Are you kidding me? If I go to Cracker Barrel now, I still want them. Like, walk in there and be like,
Y'all got that weasel with the ball?
Too much.
The
Y'all
weasel
took
with
it
the
too
ball.
far.
What's your favorite toy at Cracker Barrel? Write that in the notes. That's a new question.
Honestly, it's going to be the triangle game at the table.
Bro, my parents got me that one year. And I played for like 10 days straight trying to figure out how to get to one, and I can't do it.
It's easy.
Oh, okay, cool. Cut that.
It's easy. When you get down and you've got two that are far apart from each other,
just move it.
take one out and throw it on the
You just
table.
lie.
Fucking winner!
I remember when I was like,
Right now, like I'm, my stomach is gurgling.
Uh-oh, you use the bathroom or something?
It's probably going to need to
you got
happen.
a doo-doo?
Well, no, I feel like Joey Diaz in that one podcast where he's like, "No, you don't understand. I got a fucking shit."
Well, if we need
I love how everyone has a good Joey Diaz impression. Not a single.
cocksucker. If you need to leave or you need to use the bathroom, we can call it. It's up to you. If you need to use the bathroom, you're more
I
than
just
welcome.
need to use the restroom.
Yeah.
I'll
We
be
can just
right
pause
back.
it real quick.
Yeah,
No, the most important question is, did you use the bidet?
I tried to, but I couldn't get it to work.
Oh, it's the knob. You got to turn it.
Yeah, I turned them.
Oh, go help him.
Let's go
I
get
didn't want
you.
to be in there.
Let's go get you cleaned up.
So I'm
He
gonna,
goes. He comes back and he sits down. We're talking. He goes, "Well, I need to go tell my wife." There's
Well,
a guy
okay,
in the
so
house.
I'll tell you the story. So my AC guy was here working one day, and I do the maintenance shit. So they come twice a year and check my stuff. And the guy came out and he was like, "Hey, can I use y'all's bathroom? I'm sorry to ask, but I've got to go to the bathroom." I was like, "Fuck yeah, go for it." So my wife he's using the bathroom in the front, and my wife works in the back. Well, she was walking from the back to the front to go into the kitchen to get something to drink, and the guy like ripped one in the bowl and that brand, and she said, "Oh yeah," and just kept on walking. And then she makes it into the kitchen and looks out, and I'm walking
Outside.
in the door, and she was like, "Who the fuck's in the bathroom?" And she turned as red as that red on your microphone.
I love how he didn't call me out as red as you, Chris. He's like, oh,
it wasn't quite that red.
well,
I'm better than the mic
I
stand.
knew that with the abruptness of my needing to go that I would have to tell you. So we go, last night was at a daiquiri place, and I walk up and they go, "Would you like something to drink?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And they said, "What size?" I'm like, "I don't know, big." And they give me a Route 44 orange, not 190 proof diesel daiquiri.
Ooh,
And I was like,
diesel fuel?
yeah.
Used to drink that straight at my buddy's dad's house.
And-
That stuff's horrible.
I'm also an alcoholic.
Well, no, the thing was, I
wasn't
drank
very
it,
often.
and you got, all the guys were like, "Glenn, are you going to be okay?" And I was not even,
I've seen Glenn drunk once.
like, it was good. Wasn't
You ever
good.
seen me drunk?
Yeah, the last time you had like 2 beers, you're like, I'm feeling it.
I'm fucking shit hammered on this podcast.
Yeah, we one night we were leaving Tiki and Glenn was just outside, and as we're rolling away, he pulls the big trash can in front of him, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh,
So we turned back
no.
around to make sure he's all right.
Oh no!
We
Turn
were-
around and take pictures.
No, never that. But I legit was like, "Yeah, we can't leave him here right now." He was like the last person there. He's like, "I'm good to go." We're like, "All right." And he's just sitting out in the hot, cold, whatever it was, and then we saw that. We're like, "All right, let's chill with him for a little bit more." So we just sat in the chairs next to him.
We have another special guest in here, ladies and
Peter
gentlemen.
Pan, Samuel Gates,
Peter
everybody.
Pan Samuel Gates has made an appearance. He'll talk.
But yeah, no, I'm surprised. Yeah, I do. I mean, y'all could. I'm not saying that you're not organized. I'm just saying y'all could ask questions, and
We're just hanging out with the boys right now, man. What kind of
Did
questions
we?
you
Were
want?
we
Glenn?
ever organized?
Why
We
are
weren't
you a
organized.
guest?
tried to,
I remember writing stuff down on the board,
and then the thing was,
and we
is-
never got to them.
well, I mean, we tried like 3 episodes where we would ask very similar questions, and it just didn't work out.
Hey, we
because-
do have a list of questions. One of them that's one of my favorites that Johnny came up with. Tell us about that one show. Good show, bad show,
You
whatever.
came
that
up
one.
with that. Don't-
Was that me?
That was you.
That's a great story
My,
for sure.
my question that
Sure.
you liked was, what's your favorite street joke?
Oh, street joke. Hit us with the
You know,
street
like
joke.
like what was the one? The Death by Bula Bula.
I hate
Street jokes?
when people walk up to me and tell me a joke.
Yeah. But there's always one that's like,
No, because they're normally the worst.
yeah, always.
Like German sausage jokes.
No, it's like no.
That's a great joke.
Wait for it.
I hate it.
I've been waiting to do it this whole time.
I know you have.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you did it. Nothing like nostalgia.
You know what I love about Pete being in here? If I don't pet him, it's just a bark session. So I'm just
it's
stuck.
his show if you don't pet him.
Yeah, I'm stuck petting. I'm stuck petting him for
This
now.
terrible dog. No,
I'll get rid of him.
Don't do that.
I got rid of the other one.
No, he got rid of the other one.
No, that's true.
Pete fucked him to
So
death.
anyway, yeah, Pete fucked Gumbo to death. Broke his spine.
well,
Be careful. out
Glenn's
there.
got a new fetish. I didn't know that was a thing.
no, just for fun. You're being fucked
That's
to
it.
death.
Okay.
It's street. I'm trying to think the one that just made me laugh.
Yeah.
It's normally something stupid.
Yeah, it's always the dumbest jokes, like that kind of laugh, like
Okay, I know what it was. It wasn't a street joke. It was my nephew said it to me. No, the joke was my nephew walks up and he goes, "Uncle Glenn, why do ducks have tail feathers?"
Why?
To cover up their butt quack.
That's a great joke.
That shit made me laugh in a place I was like, "That's not," and he goes, "It's probably not as good as yours." I'm like, "No, it's pretty good."
That's pretty good. I don't think I've written anything that good ever.
I would have never thought butt quack. But
Butt quack's amazing.
That's a good thing.
That's a good joke. That's one of the ones that I would have told on route.
Yeah. You can make that a drug joke with ducks somehow.
No. I used to do when I ran Music Mountain Water. I told terrible
Quit
jokes
bragging.
once a month.
Yeah.
So there was a terrible joke of the month, and everybody.
Your customers were ready for it.
From day one. And what was crazy is like the first route day, the joke was all right. By the end of it,
was a good
I
joke.
knew how to sell it. I knew how to, you know what I mean? Like I knew where to bring the pain or the thunder. What would be
Now,
better?
see, I like things that weren't jokes, but came off as really funny. Like I'm a little bit of a history buff, and Calvin.
You're middle-aged white now. Yeah, it happens.
Well, no, I've been that way forever. Calvin Coolidge,
Yeah, I know him for sure.
yeah, the president. He was the president one time.
I can name 4.
Right,
And they've been in here the past 20 years.
Okay, so Calvin Coolidge was the
Yeah.
president. He was known as Cool Cal because he didn't waste his words.
Yeah.
And this girl walks up to him, and she gets. They said, if you can get Calvin Coolidge to say more than 5 words in a sentence, we will promote you to editor. So she goes to the White House for the big correspondence dinner or whatever, and says, "Hey, I have a bet with my boss that if I can get you to say more than 5 words, I can get a promotion to be the editor." And he goes, "You lose," and walked off. I like that, but also they were at a farmer's market, and his wife looks and goes, "Do these hens have sex every day? And does the rooster have sex with the hens every day?" And he's like, "Oh yes, ma'am." She goes, "Would you tell the president that?" And he's like, "Sure." He said, "Your wife wants you to know that these hens and roosters have sex every day." And he goes, "Same hen?" And he goes, "No." And he goes, "Tell her that." And turned around and walked off. I like that. I like that sense of humor.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Like
Same
I
here.
enjoyed that. As far as so you said the worst show or the best one?
That show.
That
whatever
whatever.
one that pops
One
up
that
to
sticks
you.
out. Let's say it's the Monroe show. Let's say it's just, I had this really killer show. Let's say it's
The
logo
show in
festival.
Monroe that we did together was a fucking train wreck. But so I did a show in Simi Valley, California. I got booked privately. It's a private event, and all I know about it is it's a birthday party for someone named George.
Nice.
So I'm like, cool. So I drive all the way to Simi Valley through all the fucking traffic that California has, and it's all of a sudden it's just a really nice neighborhood. And I'm like, okay, this is in my mind, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I go up to the door, I knock on it, and it is your stereotypical California white people. I walk in there, and George is an 8-year-old who loves Louis C.K.,
Nice.
which I thought was odd. And she's like, I don't want you to
He
be
locked
as
him in a room and
filthy.
jerked off in front of him.
She's like,
He asked permission though.
this is the mom. She's like, we've got all these things you can eat. And there's cake. There's cake. And
Fuck it, I like cake.
And I said, okay. And she goes, you're going to perform here. And here was the mantle of the fireplace.
Oh, God. What a setup.
No, there's no mic or anything.
Right.
It's just me free speaking. And I'm like, who's George? Like, I'm thinking, is it the dad?
It's someone Johnny's age.
You're going to let the kids, the kid's going to go outside and play.
Because I'm going to say fuck a lot.
Yeah. And she's like, this is George. And George comes up to my thigh. And I'm like, fuck. And it's also all of George's friends. So it's 15 8-year-olds deep.
Nice.
And they're like, all right, who's ready for the comedy show? And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I'm just thinking because my kids are about that age and
Right.
their friends cannot hear you talk ever.
Well, and
They can't be around you, buddy.
I was like, what? Who does he like in comedy at 8? And she's like, oh, he loves Louis C.K. And I went, okay, then I can get away with stuff.
You start jerking
at
off.
least in front of George.
Right.
And I get
I'm gonna
up there,
crush for George.
George is gonna love it.
and I'm trying my damnedest to make 8-year-olds laugh. And George interrupts me 3 words into my first sentence and goes, "Oh, when are we gonna be funny?"
Oh.
And I was like, "Fuck you, George." I said that really loud. I'm like, "You're not going to come up to me with your little fucking sack."
I'm like getting heckled by an 8-year-old.
And I just commenced to roasting this 8-year-old at his birthday party. Like, look at all your friends. They're not even acceptable to look at. Get that pudgy girl. She's been in the cake 3 times. Where are her fucking parents? Like, I just went the fuck off. I didn't get invited back. I did get paid.
You didn't
Nice.
get paid. Did George laugh?
George loved his friends being destroyed.
Yeah.
That's great.
George is going to be a good human. I think that.
I think George is probably a comedian right now.
Yeah, probably.
He's probably doing open mics out in
Well,
California as we speak.
Based on the neighborhood,
Wouldn't it be weird if he's been following my career the whole time though?
that would be weird.
Like he's like I met Glenn Stewart and like it's just weird and next thing you know he's gonna kill me.
You know what's crazy? That kid? That's George Carlin, baby.
But I mean,
If you want to know more about Glenn, check out the My Podcast, His Man Cave channel. Subscribe, like, and do all that. Just watch all the videos. Tell all your friends, and
Johnny
I'll make
actually
money off
told
of
me
it.
that, I could still do my own.
Absolutely.
from the
Anybody
table.
can. That's what this is here for.
Johnny literally told me when we first did it, he was like, "You can just come in here and have your own podcast, and I'll just edit it."
That's
And I was like, "No, I like you. You're great."
in the begin, and this is where we can end it. In the beginning, when me and you first
I
talked,
still have all the notes.
well, but when me and you first talked, I said that I'd put this together so anybody could do whatever they
Yeah.
wanted, and it's been that way since the
Yeah, because
word
you've done it with
go.
Scoob and stuff like that. And
When-
you let Clyde come over late one night to do what he wanted to do,
Right.
not what you wanted to
Correct.
do, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Johnny's easy to work with.
I'll do it for. I mean, I can turn cameras. I can stay out of it.
we can get
do,
more people out.
I can do whatever. The only thing I won't do again is I won't
Have
do
17 people.
a podcast with fucking 15 people here,
Yeah.
and that's why the when I was doing
We
the
did a really killer show with that band though.
Opossum, yeah, I talked to him the other day. They'd like to come back.
That was a fun.
That was a lot of fun. I love music though, especially like acoustic like that. And this dude right here was trying to argue with me the other day about the Highland Tapwater song. Like that's a brand new song. I was like, bitch, that shit's
It's a new single.
that shit's on the podcast.
It's a new single.
Years ago.
Oh, Highland Water. Shit, that was years ago.
Yeah.
They just released it.
No, they didn't.
Did they not? We looked up. They just had
I
a
don't-
new release, Highland Tapwater, and it was
That's
a new
the name of
single.
their album.
No, it was just a single.
I'm friends with the whole.
No,
fucking
I'm not
band.
arguing that you know these people, but they just released it as a new single. I've never listened to the band, and I tried to get them for Loco Fest, but we had some.
You had them for Loco Fest.
We had them, but
I talked to Ruben.
the
He was down.
the venue we're at, they already had another band set up, so it's saving us money, saving us effort, kind of thing. So
I think they would have been a good
It
because
would've
they're
been
fun.
hilarious.
They're fun.
And
They're
I
a lot of
definitely-
fun. And they're a 6-piece now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. He told me that he said he'd do the original
Jared's
3.
moving.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Jared's.
Did you just ask Cracker? Nice. How'd it feel?
it was a good callback.
Oh, fresh. No,
I had to dig through all that salami to get it.
Where's he?
He's moved. Somewhere.
I saw him. He works at St. Laurent now.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
saw
nice.
him. Yeah, I saw him the other day.
Have
and
you had
shot
them
shit
yet?
with him. What?
Saint Laurent?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. Did we talk about it?
Is
the
this a
other day?
joke? Because you sent me a picture of one of my drivers.
Yeah, I didn't know
Why?
if you had eaten them though.
I didn't eat my driver. No.
Got a story that will make you not want any more of this either.
Here, give me some cheese.
I know it ain't gonna bother you, but you're gonna laugh.
Fuck no.
He had shit in his third last
You,
week.
you remember RJ's restaurant?
I love RJ.
So they had the big RJ's burger. Well, I had to find out the hard way that in a drunken state, I don't chew my food very well. And I went to throw up that night, and when I did, I had a hunk of ground beef.
In your nose?
It was hanging out my nostril, but it couldn't pull out. I had to snort it back.
And that has been this week's episode of the Terrible Table Podcast. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Check us out next week. Thank you, Glenn. I fucking love you, brother. Thanks for coming in. So long, everybody.
I just shit on his table.
Because it's a shit table. I mean, I
This
get
is
it
a great
now.
table.